That's a job, really.
What a thing to be doing on a Monday morning.
Huh?
A Zetorectomy. Got it?
Yeah. There's Zetor bookings up there. It's gonna swing.
Here, I can pull this way. Ooh. Keep going.
Because your strap's slipped up.
Oh, we can extend the arm.
Yes, but we can also shorten the fucking strap too.
Yeah, we don't need to do that because that will come out right above here, won't it? I can see shiny bits of metal already.
Shiny heads too.
Shiny head, yeah. He's on day release from prison. That'll come fucking miles out that though. There.
Back a little bit more. From the hole. Beautiful.
So then you can go backwards with that. Oh, I'm in the way.
Shorten the bugger.
Oh, see if it'll wrap around that arm again.
Yeah, that'll go up round the bottom there. And on. And up round the bottom of here.
Yeah, I'll try and tip it up like that, won't it? But see what happens.
It's up as long as it comes out.
Alright, if you go back.
Gotta watch the windy.
Oh yeah. Hang on a minute.
What?
Yeah, I reckon it's in under here.
Got it there, I thought.
Yeah, try and put it down so it's like on its back or something. My rectum. There we go. Right. Oh no, it's all really broken and really expensive. Shh! Don't tell him Marcus will watch and think it's fun. I can't reach it. Wow, look at that. That oil is disgusting, isn't it?
Man.
Apparently it was serviced 2 years ago. I've seen cleaner engine oil. PTO pack will be...
I was just thinking that.
That'll be the land drive one.
Yeah.
And it'll be, I reckon, below that at... which one was that? Was it that one?
That's your 514,000. The back one. That's your land. See, that's engaged there.
Yeah. That's land drive. And then that'll be not land drive. That's neutral. So somewhere, something is not engaging right. Or, yeah, something, the button's not talking to something.
It's like fucking grease more than oil.
Yeah. isn't great. But no, that's that out, which is good. In there, I reckon the problem is somewhere. Yeah, because you can see rust there, can't you? Doesn't help that neither of us know what we're looking at. Just moved in then.
Still above it, definitely.
I need a bigger pry bar, really. Screwdriver. I reckon that spring is what's causing the problem, because it.
So that's what comes off the adjuster cables, isn't it? Is that 12?
Yeah, but then that little nut pushes on that, which will then do stuff on it. So if it's been sat for a while, that won't move. That is the issue. So that spring now returns on its own, which it wasn't before. Wally's dying of AIDS.
Again.
Like Elton John. And we found a load of wires were off on this switch. There is another 2 that aren't going to anything, but we reckon Wally, in his infinite wisdom, with his solar powered head, suggested that those wires might be for front PTO. Anyway, as I was saying, there's a blue switch off, which now that switch illuminates. So we're going to put all that back on, test that, and then test PTO as well. And hopefully it'll all work. Then we can charge Marcus £1 million for my knowledge, rather than the time it's taken to do the job. So it turns out that this Zetor is actually really, really easy to work on. It's actually a very, very nice machine to get access to whatever it is you want to work on, because later on in the video you'll see we've taken the rear floor panels out, but where I'm kneeling to now, you can actually take all those floor panels out and you're pretty much right above the gearbox. So then you can get to literally everything that's under the cab without taking the cab off. Can't you, Hannah Pot?
Yarp.
Yarp. She's back from walking the dog. Right, so that's all back together. Are we in neutral? Yeah. Yeah. Right, watch for any oil.
Alright. Watching for my fingers more than oil. Clutch down.
Oh yeah. Got a little bit of frost.
And a bit of heat. No, she won't go. She'll go.
Huh?
She'll go eventually. When we first picked her up.
Have you got to hold the key across?
I presume so.
Something fucking stinks. So it smells hot, doesn't it?
Ah, yeah, the battery probably. Terminal isn't perfect.
Oh.
It's on tight, it's just smokes. It did take some starting when we picked her up. Exactly.
Zentor's. Stinks.
Right. Present.
Thanks. Just what I've always wanted.
Right, neutral.
A load of weirdos. Are the wheels moving like that?
Yes.
Right, so it's up. And then that's 540 and 1,000.
Yeah.
What else was there to do with PTO? It was just that switch.
Yes, there's nothing else.
But then that illuminates now. We'll come back to that. So Tuesday evening, we discovered yesterday that one of the solenoids, or two of the solenoids actually, because this one also was very didn't move a lot, which does the PTO and I think the trailer brakes. So fingers crossed that's the PTO problem solved. Take the front wheels off, they've gone down to shot blasting. Sunroof's been taken off because the hinges were stiff. Back window hinge has been freed up. Bigger bitch cable, need one of those. Yeah. In there is where the PTO solenoids go. That's for the diff, or diff lock. It's air slash linkage slash hydraulics slash magic engaged. yeah, that's pretty much been most of the day. I came in this morning and cut the little back panel out, a little curved one like that, cut that out. Hotworks blending up a new one. I'm probably going to cut that bit out as well just to finish that off, and then just these bits were just a little bit crispy, so I needle gunned them off, and probably do the same the other side, and then most likely paint the rest of the box there just to protect it a little bit. Would be nice to get that done before the end of the month because there's a stag sale coming up. Would be nice to get the Zetor done as well because Marcus wants to put it in there. Hopefully the steel is coming tomorrow for that one. Yeah, and other than that, there's not really much to update on really. It's just fiddly little bits with that one and waiting around for stuff and things. So getting parts for this thing's quite difficult as well because obviously who does Zetor anymore? I've rang Bruscom's, whatever they're called, down St Column. They're going to get back to me on some prices and availability. Don't know whether I touched on this one or not, but we're waiting to hear back to whether they want to go the whole hog or not. I personally think it'd be a good idea because then you've strengthened it twice as much as what it would be from factory. So, but anyway, hopefully more interesting things happen tomorrow. But I shall see you then. I'm going to deliver the tanker, and that'll be job done for the day. So it is the next morning, and I have been given the green light to do a complete bottom tine bar rebuild on the grab. So what I'm doing now is just cutting out the old and preparing it for the new bit. Buggered then, isn't it? Now all I've got to do is just get the top bit of box off. But I can hopefully flame cut that a bit closer. Now I've got a load of tines in the way, and they should all be loose in there as well. So they'll come out, clean those up, and then yeah, get the new bit of box. I don't know why Cherry products just crack everywhere. Sort it out. So this morning it's a case of, God forbid I can finish a project, or start a project and finish one. I can start projects really well, as we can see. And now I've got this to do. So what this one needs is those taken out, because apparently they're rounded off, and then we've got a new blade to go on, and a cork piece. I think they said about sharpening it as well, but to be fair, that's fairly sharp as it is. And then they've got these, which are little whatever they are. Oh, and then that one too. Just weld that one back on. It's a red rock grab from the same farm. On first impressions, it doesn't actually look that bad. That one? That one's not cracking off yet, is it? No. Yeah, just had a phone call from Dyford, or Diffid, or David, whatever you want to call them, Steel. And steel for that one's going to be here in the next few minutes. I always hate getting steel delivered in the rain, because it comes nice and shiny off the lorry, put it in the shed, and then within about 10 minutes it's all bloody rusty and horrible and disgusting. But yeah, hopefully Wally will be here with some milk in a minute, because I'm getting bloody thirsty. God, sort of hard work all this is, being so much of a hero. So while waiting for Wally to arrive with the milk so I can have my morning coffee, I decided to crack on and weld some nuts on to the rounded off Allen keys, and they came out marvellously. That was really nice. Then Wally arrived with the milk, so I had my coffee, so I wasn't so stressed and now focused on the job. I could get on with the little corner piece because that needed a bit of fettling, and then Wally put the blade on, and now just getting ready to weld the bump stop back on. That even missed him. Well, just weld the fuck out of it so it don't come off again. So Thursday morning, this is how I got on yesterday with the trailer. That one's tacked in. These two are tacked in. Annoyingly, the tipping brace bar did have to land right in the middle of one of those. I'm going to have to lay a flat piece of 10mm across there, because this front gap is a little bit narrower than the others, to just to make sure everything lined up right. So the front gap's going to be a little bit smaller. Normally it's the gap at the back, but it's not in this case. So yeah, that's like that. I haven't tacked these ones in yet. I've tacked the back one in. So I'm still trying to work out the spacing so it looks right. But yeah, that's coming along nicely. I have done one of these before. I did a single axle tipping trailer. If I've got some photos, I'll put it over the top. I did that for Mr. Woody Robbins, or Woody Freeman Robbins, his father. That was a little AS Marston, I think it was. Same thing really, took the chassis off the body and then just rebuilt it from there up, extended it a little bit, and that was a nice little trailer when that was finished. So hopefully this one will look pretty much the same. There's all floor sheets, that's all 6mm, and then headboard and tailgate, and then these, they'll go between, there'll be two of those between each main upright, because obviously that'll come and then go up, which is what they are, and then those will be the braces. So really the floor will be fairly good on that one, because I think they'll use it as a dump trailer as well as a dung trailer as well. So that's that. Got all these bits back from Hotworks the other day. Those, as you can see, a little bit religious, and they're rather expensive each, so I thought bugger it, we'll make them. So Hotworks to bend up some plate, and then to cap in the end like that, we've just got two bits of this, two bits of that, weld those in, and then we can weld the tabs on the end. So they're thicker than they were from original. And then all I've got to do is just cut that bit of 10mm off weld it on the top and then job done. And then that bottom piece is for the back, which I will have showed you already. So I got on with the grab yesterday. So I'll probably set Wally off just cutting those out and getting them back to how they should be. And then yeah, do the rest of take the bottom bit off, which would be the top of that box. So yeah, let's get to it. I call this one the Grizzly Cuddles. So what do you think about my trailer, dearest beloved Hannah Pop?
They've done very well. It looks very good.
Yeah, and it's not even finished yet. Should everybody get their booking in for a trailer rebuild at SBS Machinery?
Yeah, get in fast. Bookings will be sold out soon.
Yeah, took a long time to get steel as well, didn't it?
Yeah, actually that really did take a while, and I had to help with that as well, didn't I?
Ooh, look at that. Good progress today, I think that was. The only annoying thing is they're not long enough, and that's not wide enough. Because originally I was going to go for a little taper on it, like the old body, but it's only 20mm. Which for what this is doing, it doesn't need that. Just overcomplicating things, and they want it quickly. So there's the mid bear islet. It's probably a bit overkill for this one, but I think they use it as a dump trailer as well. So put that in there; it'll make it last a bit longer. And then a 6mm floor. I would show you what Wally's been doing outside, but it's dark. Just been having to tidy up. Hopefully Scrapman's coming soon, because it's getting a bit full up in here now. But yeah, anyway, I'm going home for my tea. So I'm back again the next morning, and what I'm doing now is rebuilding the little floor runner things for the underneath of the shore chopper. I've got to cut the top spine brace bar back thing off the old ones, clean that up, and then weld it onto the top of the other one, and then put the tabs and the bits of angle on the ends ready to go in. They are handed, so it's left and right handed. I decided to make these because they were horrifically expensive for what they were from Tegel, and you'd probably have to wait 3 to 4 weeks to get them, because they obviously don't have them in stock because it's an older machine, so they'd have to make them. And they'd make a batch of probably, I don't know, 100, 150 at a time. So yeah, I'd want to get on with it and save a bit of money, really. So I thought I'd build them much cheaper, and it just shows how skilled I am as a human, doesn't it, Hannah?
Yep.
Yep, of course. So what a day today has been. We haven't got much done, to be honest. Got those in. Well, they're not in, but that's sort of, it's mocked up. I've got to weld that back bar in and then sort that bit out, but they all bolt up lovely. They've got captive nuts either end on there, all the tabs are welded on. Marvellous. Some more steel has arrived for the trailer, but as ever, other people's errors are my problem, because it's meant to be 4 of these, but there's only 2. So what's occurred is that I've written out my cut list with everything I wanted, And I said to the woman on the phone, right from the start, I said, well, it's a 4 metre long piece of steel, but I need 2 bends in it. I doubt you'll be able to bend it, because most benders, I think, are only about 3 metres long. So I said to her, you might have to cut each sheet in half to be able to bend it, which effectively after about, I don't know, 4 or 5 days, that's what she came back and said, was I spoke to head office and they can't bend 4 metres, but if we cut them in half, we can. It's like, did say that right from the start, but didn't listen. So then, obviously, that went on. We did the cut list. Now at this point, it was about, I don't know, a week and a half to 2 weeks after I'd sort of initially given them my cut list. They finally give me the quote. I just looked at the number at the bottom and thought, yep, that's fine, send it on. And yeah, lo and behold, they turn up. And I've got 1 4 metre sheet cut in half with bends in it. Whereas on my bit of paper I gave them, it was 2 4 metre sheets with bends in them that I thought we agreed that we were going to cut in half. She was adamant that it was my fault. To be fair, it was an error on both of our fronts, because they did send the quote thing and it said 2, well, it said 2 times 2 sheets, so that would mean 4. But she was incredibly rude on the phone, and yeah, wasn't best pleased with that after using them for about 10 years to be spoken to like that by some tart in an office. But okay, especially when she's been dragging her heels about it the whole time. But so hopefully they'll be turning up fairly soon, and I can finish this one, because they're chasing me for it, as they would. But yeah, hopefully once those arrive, all that's in. There's only top rails and the door, and then to fully weld it all. So if I had another full day on it, I'd probably get through that fairly well. But yeah, and then I'll have to speak to Mr. Tom Lee again to laser out. There'll be little triangles that need to go in here. So now I've got one of those, I can sort of put one of the floor plates on and then put one of the side plates on, so then I can work out on probably cardboard aided design, or just ring him up and see if he can come out and measure them up to put those in. But anyway, not best pleased with Madam from Dyford Steels. It's taken her far too long, and to get Gobby on the phone when there's an error from their side as well is not on really. But yeah, on the 26th it's back for a hub seal. The coolant leak isn't really anything to sort of worry about, I don't think, not for what it does. But then the low link seals, hub seal, and then we'll sort of try and get some of the lights working. But that's for another week. So anyway, thank you very much for watching. Sorry that was a bit of a rant there at the end, but yeah, I was absolutely livid when I had to put the phone down on her at one point, because she just would not listen. She couldn't admit that she was wrong. I admitted I was wrong. I just said, can you not see that we're both kind of wrong in this situation? No, obviously. But anyway, enough of that. Hope you've had a good week and a good weekend, and I shall see you again next week. Goodbye.